Oracle Arena. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And so in the game for the Pacers. Hill and Miles team up in the backcourt. Mahimi is out there with Allen. And it's George in the three. The small forward. On defense, Indiana. Here's Curry with the three. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got the opening basket of the game for the Warriors.
And they get the first.
Look at that shot! How did that go in? How about that? Oh! Curry's gone 1 of 2 shooting from 3. And George, here we go. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
How did he hit that shot?
I don't believe what I just saw right there.
Warriors with the rebound.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Curry with it. He's picked up by Hill. From deep three-point range, they get the rebound. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Here is Miles. It's back to Hill. To the middle. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Shot clock at 3. Indiana again missing. Golden State's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. George dishes to Mahimi. George up top, guarded by Kerr. Allen kicks to George. And stolen by Barnes. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the basket by Kerr.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
Then the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
Hill passes to Miles. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Miles has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Back at you.
Look at that shot! How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh! Here's Hill. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
Pacers trailed by 7. Here's George.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark. Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Warriors leading by 5. And the Warriors miss again.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep. And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off of back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
Curry. Oh, look out, and then you throw him stuff like that. You go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini. Knocked away. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. No good. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Here's Green. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
Hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Spates kicks to Livingston. At the top of the key, Spates. And it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston. Spates has got his first basket.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. The Warriors on top. They're up by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Warriors.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Livingston is out there at Barbosa. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then there's Festus Ezeli. And it's Iguodala in the small forward position. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. 6 to shoot. Stuckey drives inside. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Here's Livingston, and the Warriors get it back. Here's Barbosa. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, GA, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That is on Ty Lawson.
And guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of the season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Festus Ezeli. Rush comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Ian Clark subbed in for Sean Livingston. Thompson, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa.
That's outstanding hang-time improvisation right there.
And you know what? That Warriors point differential was helped out a lot by their play at home. The home differential was almost plus 15 points per game. A lot of blowout wins. Scary thing is they set their starters in the fourth so often, they could have made those numbers even higher had they wanted.
And a fast break now for the Pacers.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
And here's Green outside. The Pacers pull it in. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Stolen by Thompson. Jumps up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Barnes, who's checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Ian Clark.
Just a boneheaded play there, guys. Plain and simple.
Well, tell me how you really feel about that, Greg. But you're right. I mean, mistakes like that will keep you from cutting deficits, no doubt.
Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Pacers trail by 13. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Stolen by Miles. And it's George finishing it off.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. This guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
He feeds it to Allen. Indiana moving the ball around. Outside, George. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went Clark 15 and 26 on the year, and it cost them down the stretch.
It really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. His absence was most noted in those tough road games, I think.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Outside, Green. Out to Thompson. Pass to Curry. Lets the three fly. Rebound by Mahinmi.
And for the Pacers, perhaps the biggest loss of the season for them was on the road. Couldn't get it done in Memphis on the final day of the season to try and get into the postseason. Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Hill dishes to Mahinmi. Second chance shot. And Allen with the layup.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Green kicks to Curry. Down low. To the inside. He gets it up. And it goes at the buzzer! And the first half is now in the books. Warriors lead by 13. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And he just went off in those first two quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue.
Oh, look out, and then you throw him stuff like that. You go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini.
Oh, my goodness.
Stuckey for three. The Warriors pull it in. Now here's Curry. From deep three-point range, the shot misses. And Indiana will come the other way.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
No good from Lawson. Warriors leading by 16. From deep. The offensive rebound. And Indiana shooting well. They're at 45%. He dishes it to Turner. Ellis right side. Hill a screen on Thompson. Ellis goes in. And two free throws.